G'day everyone, T-Nick back here again in Transport Fever on the River Delta map. You are watching our brand new passenger train work its way up the most swerviest, curliest, viaductiest, bridginest, tunnelist, electrifiedest, routest. We built a thing last time and I'm obsessed with it. I've just been riding the train up and down the hill. It's been really, really fun. And we should see it again pop up in the distance going over the middle viaduct there. Hopefully any second now. We're going to see it. Well, you know, there it goes. Good. I was going to say, well, until it appears, we can talk about what we're going to do today. Now, I know I electrified down the passenger line with the intent of extending that passenger train on a bit further. We won't get to that today because I want to put in a couple of passing loops on this line somewhere. I mean, we might have to double track a couple of viaducts and just call it a day. But I want to start running a steel train up the hill, and then I want to start running the tools and machines from the machine shop back down the hill again. Getting plastic up the hill is going to be a bit more difficult, but I suspect the plastic will route itself a long way around just to make it there. Because, I mean, if you think about it, the plastic's currently getting trucked from the chemical plant to the goods factory. I'm not sure if the the stake car we're using, let's have a bit of a look for that. I'm not sure if that can carry plastic. It can. Okay, so there you go. So the plastic could then theoretically be unloaded from the truck and loaded onto the train here and transported with the goods right down to the steel mill and then just bunged on the steel train going up the hill, with the steel. But certainly in the short term, we will be able to ship steel up here. If we need to, we could probably ship planks up here as well. I mean, we're producing plenty of planks down here, but I'm probably going to keep them going down here. But again, nothing stops the game from routing the planks off this train back up here and then onto the train to come up to the machine shop. So if the game wants to do that, I'm not going to argue. I like a good mixed freight train as much as the next fellow. And if it helps us create tools and machines to then bring down and transport to the various towns, who am I to argue? Now, which tracks are we looking to connect up here? No, that's the upgrade, you dingus. So we've got 3 platforms available to us. We're going to need one for the steel train going up, and eventually we're going to need 2 for the goods train that'll transit through in both directions. And also we'll have to bring some fuel down here. Why didn't I build the extra platform? I said I wasn't going to, and then I wouldn't need it, and then, well, I currently do. I currently don't, but I probably will. But yeah, the moral of the story is we want to connect up, let's say, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 4, 5, 6, and 7 over here. Why 4? Well, if we decide to bugger the slag train off because it's not making any money, that would be why. So I'm just going to hit the pause button here and rejig this road a bit because, that's a good start. Of course, we have to go to the other end of the road menu here to find Small Country Road, and that'll get that out of the way. We'll just put that road there for this chappie to keep driving on. Off you go. There you go, buddy. And we'll get rid of all that as well and unpause again. So we want railway track, we want catenary, and we want to build off this here. So yeah, that's coming out in quite the cutting, but that's okay. Because we actually need to start angling up so we can climb around and meet the main line up the hill there. So that's fine. So we'll put a second track in there just because we'll need it eventually. You, my friend, can come in and connect up at about 65 will do. And then we should probably connect you up as well. 66, you just got to go one better, don't you? Just got to go one better. Now, this is definitely not going to let us put a diamond crossing in there, so let's just go with a 60k set of points there. Is that going to be janky as hell? No, but you've gone and put a catenary mast sort of in the junction, so good work, you. I'm just gonna test, just gonna check. It'll let me do it, and it actually looks all right. That's a nice surprise. Again, I build perfectly flat track, and it doesn't let me do it, and yet this, it doesn't fight me at all. I don't think it's janky. There's no bumps there, so I think that's all right. Well, that was a really nice surprise, wasn't it? Let's just go ahead and bung down a couple of signals before I forget. That'll do. That's a signal. And obviously, we'll need signals for the trains that are trying to depart, because that's a thing we do. Okay, so now I want to head in a straight line and sort of bridge over the river. Yes. Okay. No, we don't want to be flat. No, we want to keep going uphill, or do we? No, we probably want to keep flat. Well, maybe we can find a middle ground if we sort of adjust our pig up level, sort of something like that, maybe. Well, that'll probably bring us around in level with that track there, so that's okay. It's not too steep a grade onto the bridge. Well, not that we have to worry about a steep grade yet. Should we go a nice modern bridge? 120 is probably not achievable by loaded freight trains, so probably not. Why don't we go a nice viaduct? It fits the aesthetic of the rest of the route, so that's the thing we're going to do. So bung that in there, and then we should be able to swing this around. Fingers crossed. No, the road's just going to get in the way there. So we're going to have to bulldoze the road and put it back again when we're done with that. So you don't want to snap. Of course you don't, because you want to be a git. But that's okay. We have ways of making you snap. So bring that in like that, and then this should be able to curve around quite nicely. See, you were that close to putting a bridge in. I can't be mad at you. Autosave's going to have a crack, but that's fine because it's doing important work. So now all we can do is thread the highway back underneath the bridge, something like this, I guess. Now, don't too much slope me. Construction not possible. But yeah, okay, well, fine. We'll back it off a little more then and just S-curve our way around. Yeah, there you go. It's not that ugly. It's not what one would call overwhelmingly attractive, but then again, who really is? Now we just need a nice cheeky set of points here to get back from the freight line over to the main line, and hopefully we don't get catenary stanchions blocking the tracks. We kind of did. That's super. Not what I wanted at all. So if we could have a junction where that doesn't happen, that'd be fantastic. Can we make that happen? Is that too much to ask? Am I being too picky? Apparently it's happened again. Good stuff. Good work. Yeah, okay. Yep, you've gone and done it again. This has always been the tricky part about this game for me, is trying to get the junctions to look good when you've got overhead in play without the stanchions fouling. So the more we drag it that way, the worse it gets. So, okay, so we need to keep it quite tight, which of course will make it quite slow. That's disappointing. Maybe there's a better way to do it. Maybe if we drag it from this end. No, it looks exactly the same. No, that's cool. That's fine. It's exactly what I was afraid of. Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to suspend our disbelief then. Settle for about, can we go for 60? Settle for 60, and we'll just have to watch our trains drive through the stanchions, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, can I drag another track along here and fix that? No, it's still gonna try and whack the supports in the way, isn't it? Yes, I was hoping we get some more of these double supports and it would remove this pillar here, but that's not going to happen. So that's okay. That's fine. We'll just deal with the ugliness. Now, where's the other bit of track I need to get rid of? Just there. Yeah, that's okay. That's cool. It's cool. We can live with that. We'll just have to not look at it too closely, except when we put the signals down, which is now. But other than the signal placing, not looking at it too closely, and everything will be fine. So of course we need another fancy divergy type signal over here. There we go. We could probably stand to extend this double track section a bit too, but we'll go ahead and throw down a couple of block signals down here as well. Just like that, say. Good. Okay, so I want to extend the double track over to the foot of the hill at the very least, because I figure we've got the room, we may as well make the most of it. And it doesn't require too much in the way of landscaping. So we can drag that all the way over to here. That's good. That's not too heavy on the landscaping. I mean, that wasn't even $500,000, so that's pretty good, really. I will, however, just sort of ease out this cutting a little here, just to natrify it, and we'll sort of get rid of the evidence of our last railway endeavour on this hill at the same time. So again, let's just smooth this out a bit, make it look a bit more natural and a bit less, severe. So that's fine. There goes our nice, happy little train there. I don't know how happy he really is. I haven't asked him, but he's happy enough. And we'll just sort of fix up this area as well. There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah, so Actually, one thing we could do, because the steel train's going to take us is sweet time accelerating, we might actually rejig this junction slightly. I know, I just built it and I've gone and knocked it down again. Why don't we bring this track in, say, here at, say, 60. That actually looks slightly better in terms of overhead supports. Then bring this track in here at about 60. Yes, high. And then this track, we can create a third track coming up the hill here, just to avoid any. See if I could get that to not snap, that'd probably be better. If I do that, what if I hold Shift? Will that? See, Shift disables snapping, but no, it defaults to that. That's annoying. Okay, what if we bring it back a little bit more and just try and bring it around something like, no, come on, up to about here maybe. That way we can try and keep as much speed going as possible as we start climbing the hill. So that might be a bit better. There we go. We're not slowing to 60 there unnecessarily. So if our train has momentum, he can keep it and hold it at least until the base of the hill here. So yes, it looks a bit weird having triple track here, but it'll give our freight train the best chance of a run up possible, and then obviously we'll merge that in over here, about 60, I guess. So he can keep as much momentum going as possible as he tackles the hill there, because I don't want him getting in the way of this passenger train, because it's quite fast. That was not the right type of signal, I don't think. It's which signal do I want to put here? This one here, hello, and this one can go here. Excellent, good, fantastic. And of course we are going to single track, for this complicated bit here. So let's go ahead and whack in another set of points here. And get them for about 60. Well, that's probably the best we can do as well. That's okay. And that's the run-off bit of line that we'll attach to later. So we need to drop in some signals now for trains climbing and descending the hill. So we'll go ahead and whack one in here, and maybe a couple in there, and then down here we'll drop in a couple as well. And I mean, we're not going to be running many trains because of the extensive single track section, so that should be sufficient. We'll get rid of that signal. And that way, again, the steel train can come out here and he can really slog it in up the grade before he gets to the sort of the single track section. So as far as a passing loop goes, this is going to be tricky. We might just have to single track this whole section, because, I mean, we could probably squeeze one in here, double tracking that viaduct. So that would want to be on the inside. What would that cost us? That we'd be looking at, it's only about 400 grand. That's not too bad. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just double track this, bring it around here, because I'm wary about wasting too much money on double tracking these tunnels. Because if we double track the whole line, you don't even want to snap, do you? You're looking at two and a bit million just for that one tunnel, and it's still having a terrain alignment collision for some reason. Hello. Yeah, okay. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's only about $1 million, because it's. Yes, it's not snapping properly, so it was trying to build a separate tunnel. But either way, I don't want to waste all our money on tunnels and double tracking if I can waste it on a really expensive steel train that makes us a lot of money. And that wouldn't be a waste of money by definition. So, I kind of want one of those. So, yes, we can put a passing loop in here. That's a good start. Can we fit the points on this curve here? Yes, but they're going to be very slow. I guess we'll just have to live with it. They're only temporary. We will come along and double track at some point in the future, so that's okay. And let's go ahead and whack another signal down the other end here. So we'll probably want to whack this one down. Yes. Oh, we're about to get hit by our own train. I think I can hear him. I know he's somewhere in the area. Where are you? Oh, there he is. Hello. Surprise. And look at that. He's already moving over to use the new track. What a trooper. He's like, hey, I see you built me some new track. I'm pretty stoked about that. I'm just gonna go racing up there and show you that I appreciate it. So we can probably double track this viaduct as well. Well, let's set this back. Hang on. We want the new track to be on the inside. There we go. Get it right. So we're looking at boobly boo. I need about 400 grand, and I think we can fit a set of points in here. Probably. Possibly. It'll be tight. Yes, it'll be very tight, and it'll be 45 k's an hour, but we can fit a set of points in. So the moral of the story is we did it, so just deal. That's good. And yeah, next question, can we fit a set of points in here? Yes, and it'll probably be slow. Yeah, 50. Okay, well, it's better than 45. It's a slight improve. And we'll drop one of those in there. Excellent. Good stuff. Okay, so we've got a couple of passing loops on the hill, and then we'll extend the double track up to the tunnel, because we've tried to avoid the cutting, but yeah, given how long that single track section is, it's probably a worthwhile idea. Now that's on the inside. Is that going to be good? No, we want that to be on the outside. So we're going to have to, yeah, we're going to have to swap sides at some point. Good work. How are we going to do that? You know what? Maybe we put the second track in on the other side, and that becomes the freight track. So we bring this down here, and then when we get to this 3-track section here, we can swap sides, and all will be well. So yeah, okay. So we'll run this up to the tunnel mouth as before. And then whack in a nice quick set of points here. Let's go for 70 because, you know, we're going downhill. We'll have a bit of momentum going. Unless you're going uphill, in which case you won't have any momentum. You'll just be slogging it out. So drop a signal in there. And then down here we've got the branch onto the passenger track. So we'll go ahead and put in another set of points, say here to here. Come on, there you go. I knew you could do it. 75, that's pretty good. Can't argue with that. And we'll whack in a signal for that, of course. Let's try and mix it up. Let's go with what's this one on? Yeah, let's just put this one down. Did I put that signal there? I didn't mean to. Goodbye. Well, it's gone now, so problem solved. So yeah, we've got a signal there, and so straight ahead that will be up to the freight station, and then obviously you will turn off to go to the passengers line, and then of course coming back from the freight station, we're going to need another set of points here to cross you back over. So you're going to have a set of points in here. What are we looking at? 65. That's pretty good. Yeah, good. There we go. Okay, so that should work. And now we can just sling this track off yonder direction like that. Now, we are going to have to try and curve this around into this platform, and we're going to have to try and do better than 55 because that ain't great. Okay, so let's just bring this around. This will be the inside track. 60 is pretty good. I can live with 60. I mean, it is a sharp curve, so what are you going to do? And then bring you around at... can we keep it at 120 the whole way? I don't know if we can. No, we can. Okay, that's fine. And then, of course, we bring this down here. And, oh, hello. Here's our passenger train. Hi. How you doing? What you got going on? Just taking some passengers? How many are you carrying, by the way? 3. Well, it's better than none. So, you know, that's a net improvement on where we were. But I'm not blown away by that. Okay, so that's a signal we'll put down there, and we'll need a signal. We've already got a signal there, so good work us. We clearly thought ahead there. So that's good. That's all wired up. And of course, we do need the bypass track to get around to the refinery. So we are going to have to, yeah, we're going to have a set of points maybe here. I reckon it's going to fight us if we try and make this a diamond. Let's just see how we going here. Too much slope. There we go. I knew it was eventual. So we can put this on the curve here. That's not a problem. But I would like to split this off on the curve like this, and then bring it around the outside. Yeah. Can we lower it a smidge? We can. It's a lot of landscaping though, but it helps to keep it sort of roughly on the same level as the freight station. So you know we can get away with that. We won't actually be building that at the moment. We'll come back to that. But the main thing is we've got the base infrastructure in place there. So that's fine. So that means we can use both platforms up here, which is good because we're going to need them. So let's go ahead and whack down a couple of signals here. So you'll need one on this curve here. And of course, you'll need one down at the points here. So that's fine. Oh, there's a little dip there. No wonder it didn't want to build a set of points there. I don't blame it. And of course, a signal coming in as well. Now, you might be thinking this is a little over-engineered. You're probably right, but I figure get it right the first time. We've got the cash, and we can sort it out later. How many people are you taking down the hill? 13. Hey, up by 10. You still managed to leave someone behind. Well, I hope he doesn't mind waiting a week for the next train, because I think that's about how long it's going to be. Now, speaking of trains, we should go ahead and build us a train to bring the steel up the hill. How much slag are you taking out? Yeah, you're still not carrying much. Hopefully by encouraging steel production up here, we will, steel production 4 up here, we will encourage more slag to be produced. Because, yeah, the iron ore train's running at capacity, the coal train isn't, and the slag train is really running under capacity. Okay, so we'll set up a new line from Stralsund Steelworks / Freight Hub, and we want that to come up here to Brackenheim West, which we will rename to Brackenheim Freight Distribution. No, hang on. Freight Sidings. There we go. Because distribution will be the truck stop, obviously. And this will be steel / goods. I think it can take machines and tools down. But again, when we set that up to come over here, we'll use a separate train for that. But you know, if it wants to carry them for now, that'll be fine. I won't argue. And that is Stroll to I guess Brack. Well, let's call it Brook. Brook. Sounds like a chicken noise, actually. Brook. Yep. That's a noise that happened, and we have recorded. So good stuff. Steel and goods. Stroll to Brook. I'm not making the noise again. Okay, well, that's it. That's all you get. We're done. Yep. Okay, now we need a depot that's electrified, and unfortunately that happens to be here. Well, it's not that unfortunate, because you've got to pick up steel before you can pick anything up here. So, okay. He may bring plastic up as well, as I've already said, but yeah, we'll see how we go with that. Okay, now, given we've got some 60k an hour curves, I'm not opposed to a slower train that has more power. Now, you have a lot of power, but you cost $1 million a year to run. So we're going to have to be pretty sure you're going to be bringing a lot of steel up here. Now, you, my friend, what are you, 110? I think you were a mixed use. Yeah, you're 90 mixed use, and you're 120 passenger. Okay. So you're 196 for 759. What are you? You're more for 183. So you're actually giving us better power. You're giving us almost twice the tractive effort, but for twice the cost. Question, is that going to be enough? I'm going to take a punt on the E44. I mean, we could go the Crocodile, but he's, for some reason, got far less power, even though he's used in Switzerland. So, I don't know, maybe the game stats aren't correct there. Cheap to run, though. But yeah, no, we're going to go the E44. So, you know, we've committed to that. If we want to make the train longer and he can't hack it, we'll look for an E95, I reckon. Or we'll probably get more powerful engines come out after that anyway. So no new freight wagons we can investigate, but we do have the state car okay. Yeah, that seems okay with me. How about you guys? No, you guys fine? So let's go ahead and hook up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, we actually got that entire train in without taking a loan out. That is impressive. We are doing well, he says, just before his bank balance goes into negative at the end of the month. So that's 140 capacity. Hopefully you can hack that. You know, no pressure if you can't, but I really hope you can. And of course, you know, we have to watch him come out of the depot, even if the lighting is abysmal at this station. And again, just strategically hide the depot so we don't see the door slam shut on the back wagon. There we go. Okay. Now we wait for him to have his moment. Don't be shy. Come on. All the people are waiting to see you. Yep, there you go. 1.67 million in the red now. But that's okay. Because spend money, make money, blah, 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 blah. Okay, come on. I know you're a big, heavy steel train, but you're not carrying anything yet, so don't dilly-dally. Oh, you're coming through on the other track. That's nice. Oh, there you go. He's picked it up now. Oh, look at him go. Woohoo! Okay, you said you were blue-grey, but that distinctly looks green to me. Maybe I'm colourblind, but you said grey. I mean, I'm not complaining. There's a very attractive colour scheme on a very attractive loco. Another really nice model there coming out of Germany. Yeah, hopefully you're going to do the business. We may need to up our iron ore and coal transport to support this new steel train, which I'm really not upset about at all. I would consider electrifying at least as far as the coal mine if we could make that happen quicker. So yeah, let's see how you go getting down the hill. Hopefully you can have a reasonably quick trip without getting held up too much, but I'm wary the passenger train is in place somewhere. And vice versa, hopefully you don't delay the passenger train too much. Okay, so we're coming up to our first junction. Why don't we jump in the cab? Let's see what it looks like from the cab. Okay, well, we've got a green over yellow. I'm assuming that means we're not crashing into the buffer stop. I assumed correctly. I could go drive trains in Germany. Should download some sort of train simulator game and actually try that. That's probably expensive. Okay, so we're coming up to the first tunnel. He's going uphill with an empty train. He won't be empty, hopefully, in the future. So hopefully he can still get this level of acceleration even if the wagons are loaded. We've got green over yellow again, so that's got to be a good thing. And we're going into the first tunnel. Here we go. Unfortunately, this is the boring part of the route, so we may as well just jump away and just see where the passenger train actually is hanging out. I can't actually find him. Oh, there he is. He's all the way down in the station. Okay, well, that's fine. So you're going to start making your way back up again. So we will have to meet somewhere on the single track section if I am correct, because by the time you sort of get to the end of this triple track section, we'll probably be negotiating some of these slower curves. So yeah, that should be fine. So we've popped out of the first tunnel here. Let's get the nice lighting. Unfortunately, the background's not much to look at because that is the end of the universe. Oh, we're back underground again. Okay, back in the cab. It's much nicer to sit in the cab and look at a boring tunnel than it is to sit outside and look at the top of a boring tunnel, I think. Okay, I do love these cheeky little pops out into the outside area. So our outside world. So we pop out from the underground and back in again. And now we should start to get some spectacular views. I was admiring them from the passenger train earlier. Admittedly, now we've double-tracked the... No, that's fine, autosave. We're just having a moment here. Yeah, admittedly, I was admiring them from a single-track viaduct, but, I mean, come on, look at that. I'm pointing at the screen. You can see the passenger train just disappearing into the shadow of the mountain there. So we might get lucky and pass him on the middle viaduct. I really hope we can get away with that because... yeah, less of a delay to either service would be fantastic, but as the passenger train's actually starting to take passengers, it would probably be pretty good to see him, you know, not get delayed and held up by the steel train if we can avoid it. So we're now into one of the middle tunnels, and I think we'll start slowing down for this curve soon. I think it's only about 70 or 65. Okay, well, maybe you just... there you go, he's getting on the brakes now. He's found the 66k curve. We might have to straighten this out later when we start running faster trains, but for now, I can live with this. This is fine. You know, the uphill will be a bit of a slog anyway, so the speed reduction probably won't be too big of a deal. Okay, so we're now coming out onto the middle viaduct. Oh, there's the passenger train down there. Look, I can point with the mouse instead of my finger. So we're going to have to wait for him as he winds his way around the curve. But yeah, sitting in the cab, you really get an idea of how steep this hill is. And now I'm really glad we didn't use the steepest track building possible to get here, because it's a long, continuous grade. The last thing we need to do is have steep sections. Okay, red light, mate. Red light. Bit more brakes. Bit more brakes. Okay. Hope you're going to be better at stopping. Hey, okay, close enough, I guess. Yeah, hopefully you're better with the brakes when you're loaded, because otherwise you'd shoot straight through and into the tunnel. And that would be bad. But okay, so we'll cool our heels here for a moment. But yeah, thankfully, due to good timetabling, we don't have long to wait before there goes the passenger train. Hello. Yeah, now that's more of a blue-grey colour, if you ask me. We're more of a bluey-greeny. Oh, okay, we're going. Good luck, everybody. Well, there goes the passenger train, so that was good. That was a good place to cross. And yeah, obviously we still need to double-track these tunnels, but that's probably a little way away. I'd rather get the oil refinery online before I start spending money double-tracking these tunnels, because we've got more passing opportunities than I expected when I sat down to record this. So I think we're going to do okay. So we go around this tight curve viaduct here, 75. That's actually not too bad. I thought it was slower than that. Maybe it is slower than that. This bloke's just gone bugger it, knocked the brakes off and just sat back and enjoyed the ride. So now we should be going over the lower viaduct, and if we're lucky, we'll see the passenger train at the top. Maybe? Yeah, everyone looking to the right? No, I don't think he's emerged from the tunnel yet. Or if he has, he's long since disappeared. But that's okay. That's okay. Can't win them all. So now we cross over to the downhill track there, because obviously the other two are for uphill trains. The one to the far left being the freight track we've just built. And we've got a couple of nipples sticking out through the ballast we've got to get rid of. But yeah, I think having the third track for the freight trains, at least on this part, and possibly the entire way up the mountain as we go forward, depending on how slow they go, just to keep them out of the way. Why did I put a signal going the other way? Well, that's something we'll fix. Yeah, that signal's facing the wrong way, so Bosch and, what do we want, just a block signal. Bosch, that's a bit better. Okay, back in the cab, everyone back in the cab. Woo! Didn't miss much, hopefully. But, yeah, just look at that. You can see Strahls, whatever, unfolding before us. That's an impressive view just as we drop down the hill here. So, yeah, that's looking good. And, of course, there's the viaduct we'll be taking on the way to the steel mill. So the last thing I want to check is how rough this junction is as we go through it. Hopefully the differences in altitude have not resulted in them breaking. Those points we can probably rip out because they're redundant. But, oh well, they're there now, so good luck, everybody. Okay, so we clearly put that signal on the right spot, didn't we? Yep, well done. Okay, so that's pretty smooth. Obviously it's slow, and we will hold up any trains trying to go up the hill, but, you know, that can't be avoided. Let's just get rid of that and put it where it's meant to be. Shall we put it here, maybe? Maybe so it protects the actual points? Yeah? It's probably a good idea. And then, of course, we can watch our steel train sally forth down into the station. So, oh, that stalling has got us 2.6 mil in the bank again, so that's not too bad. Now, how much steel do we have waiting for us? Which one are we? We got 20. That's not bad. Maybe this place has lifted its game. It does want more iron ore. Let's head over to the mines and see what's happening. Okay, so the coal mine, the train's about to arrive, and they've got a solid 40 waiting for us. That's not great. How about the iron ore mine? We've got 19 sitting there. That's the passenger train. It's nearly at capacity too. That's not bad. Let's see. Where is the iron ore train at? No, that's the plank train. Okay, the iron ore train might be... No, that's the log train. Okay, good. The iron ore train might have already left a long time ago, and yeah, might have left fully loaded, and he's actually left some behind. Is that him? No, that's the steel train carrying goods. Okay. There's the iron ore train. Okay, so he's not at capacity yet. That's disappointing. But hopefully we will see a bit of an upturn in these two mines up here, because the steel mill will have more customers and will thus start demanding more steel. So yeah, you're going to have a pretty easy trip up the hill, my friend, and that's good. I mean, I wouldn't begrudge you an easy trip up the hill. So yeah, but that's good to know that by the time he's made it down there, we've got steel production. Now, the next thing we have to do, obviously, is to deliver from this factory into town here, because there's little point in producing all this wonderful stuff here if we're just going to take it down the hill. We can make money up here delivering it to town, and of course, if we do start bringing goods and food and all the other stuff up here, you know, I think I only missed out on... No, that was it. Oh, no, bricks. Of course, we got to try and get bricks up here as well. But yeah, we need to deliver them into town. So let's have a look. So we're going to need somewhere that captures both the commercial and the industrial and doesn't block our buses. This may be a job for a bulldozed building, I think, because yeah, if we put something down on this street here, I can see that getting quite busy. So yeah, I don't want our trucks getting too held up by traffic if they can avoid it. So how much is that going to set me back? 600 grand. Okay. What about, can we cheek a street out here? We can, but yeah, the intersections are quite close together. What about down here? 2 buildings. Can we get away with just one? Oh, we can. Hang on. Come on. You gave it to me a minute ago. Yes, there you go. That's only 100 grand. We can probably shrink it down a bit, and that gives us a bit more room to move. Okay. So now if we put a truck stop down here, hopefully that will catch both the industrial and the commercial. That looks quite comfortable there. Yeah, it's not great catchment though. Like, it's catching a bit of both, but not a lot. It'll do for now, but we might revisit that in the future. But okay, so we'll now set up a new truck route, which is black as my heart, and we will go there, and that will be Brackenheim Deliveries. Booyah. Of course, that is fine. We will rename you to Brackenheim Freight Distribution. Excellent. And then we will rename this to Brackenheim Deliveries. because that is the station in the town. We get rid of the pretty colours. And we'll go ahead and whack a couple of trucks on there for now. We probably don't need too many because it's going to take a while for the game to percolate all of the... And I'll put 4 on to figure out all the different types of cargo that's coming up here. But yeah, I reckon what we do is we go out by watching these 2 trains cross again. Because, yeah, that's your lot for today. Not as long an episode, but that's because we didn't have to build a massive new railway line. But hopefully enough so that you've had your fill. So there's the steel train winding his way up to the middle viaduct there. Let's see if he beats the passenger train. I'd say he will, because I think the passenger train's going to come into view from the bottom left-hand corner shortly, and I don't think he's going to make it to the end of the top viaduct before the steel train takes over the single track. Let's see, where is he? Oh, mate, you got no chance. You poor bugger. But that's okay, because we can settle in for a nice cinematic shot as we round out for the day. So, yeah, once again, I would like to thank you for joining me. This has been Transport Fever on the River Delta map. Hopefully you have enjoyed the episode, and hopefully you will be back next week for some more. I'd like to get the oil hooked up to that refinery at the very least, then start bringing the processed oil down to the plastics factory so we can start pumping out the plastic, and then hopefully bring the plastic up to the machine shop here to produce machines as well as tools. And then, of course, we can start delivering the fuel to the various towns. But yeah, so that'll do us for today. So yeah, thanks for your company. See you all next week. Later days. Got to position myself a bit far away for the cross, didn't I? The passenger train's all the way over there. How are you going for speed too, my friend? Oh, no, autosave's interrupting. That's cool. That's cool. We've finished the episode anyway, it doesn't matter. 50 k's now. Okay, you may need a bit of help getting your train up the hill. We'll have to keep an eye on you because you're not very heavily loaded. Oh, you're doing the best you can. That's all that counts, right? Yeah. G'day everyone, T-Nick back here again in Transport... What do you mean we're just adding this on to the last episode? Oh, okay. Well, I'll make it brief. Yeah, sorry, we've just finished that last episode, and I just did a bit of a fly around, watched the steel train do its thing for a bit, and ended up over here at the goods factory, and you can see we've already got plastic waiting here to go back over on the steel goods train to the steel mill. And then, of course, the plastic will then transit up to the machine shop to turn into machines. So that is fantastic that we've already got the plastic moving like that. But it does mean I really want to scale up plastic production and set up a train here to make it a lot quicker. But yeah, no, I just thought I'd highlight that now just in case I forget at the start of the next episode. Because let's be honest, you know I will. How are you going, my friend, by the way? Yes, you're doing very well for yourself. You will soon be obsolete.